Hello and welcome. So let's talk about World of Final Fantasy. As a big Final Fantasy fan, when I first heard of this game, I got really excited and I also got a little worried because I had no idea how they were going to tie all the Final Fantasy game worlds together without making it confusing for people that have either never played a Final Fantasy game before or they would make it overly complicated. But they managed to make it work quite well. There are points in the game where the story drops the ball by becoming either predictable, boring, or just a little too childish for my taste. Luckily, this happens so little, you tend to forget that it even happens to begin with. Spoiler warning, I will be showing a cutscene now from the game, so I'll put down a description where you can skip to so you're not seeing it if you don't want to, but this is something I'm going to be kind of covering. Something I found that kind of kicked you out of the immersion of the game was sometimes the cutscenes would go from the normal cartoonish look that fits well with the game to an anime style cutscene that looks nice, but I wasn't expecting that, and it just didn't meld well with the game. Felt like they couldn't make up their mind on which one they would prefer, so they just threw some in randomly. Luckily, they don't happen very often, so they can be ignored. But when they do pop up, you take notice, and not in a good way. As you adventure through the world, you get to see how they made going to each new area seamless, and not kicking you out of the immersion of the game at all. Each new area looks beautiful and amazing. As a Final Fantasy fan, some of the areas are not how I would have pictured them, but I can say I am not disappointed with them either. Now for the combat, there are two ways you can fight. The normal, which the game kind of lets you try out at the beginning, or classic, which is the traditional turn-based system, and normal is you assign abilities to a button on your controller. I thought the combat was going to feel like a Pokemon ripoff, and I was kind of right. It does feel at times like you're playing Final Fantasy Pokemon Edition, but at the same time, because the way you use the monsters you capture, that feeling kind of goes away. And some of the formations you can make look pretty cool and others just look a little silly. There are 4 sizes of monsters: small, medium, and large, and extra large. You can only stack them from small to large, and the extra large monsters are essentially summons. When you choose which monsters to stack, their defense, health, and resistances combine with yours. As well, you can also fight battles unstacked. I do not recommend this because you lose all the benefits of being stacked, and it makes the game a lot more difficult than it has to be, and you are more likely to be one-shot. In terms of buying potions and other things you will need on your adventure, they brought back Chocolina. I'm not a fan of Chocolina. I would have liked to see someone new or it implemented in a different way. For example, every time you travel to a new town, you can buy items there like you could do in other Final Fantasy games. But this is something that can be looked over because you don't have to travel there very often if you don't want to. Something new they added to the game was these boxes that have very strong, almost mini boss-like monsters inside them that you can battle and capture if you wish. They're really not all that important, it's just something extra you can do if you want a little bit of a challenge. Well, that's all for now. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and don't forget to share this video, it really helps me out, and subscribe for future content. And if you want to keep up to date on what videos I'm releasing, follow me on Twitter down in the description below. Bye for now.